You see, the question that I want you to ask yourself is, what's my number? What is the monthly amount of income that I need to have coming in retirement? Is my pension sufficient? Is my pension plus Social Security, is that sufficient? Or do I still have a retirement income gap? When it comes to retirement planning, pillar number one of the revision method is income. Income is the principal thing. The first question that I want you to ask yourself is, what's your number? What is the monthly amount of income that you need to have coming in to live the retirement of your dreams? You see, a lot of you are depending on a pension. And maybe you retired early. Maybe that pension is sufficient. Maybe it's not. But when we answer the question of what's your number, it helps us understand the kind of plan that we need to put together to create income for life. Pillar number one of the revision method is income. Income is the principal thing. When the paycheck stops, what starts? You see, at Revision Wealth Management, we break this down in two different areas. You have guaranteed income streams. Guaranteed simply means you keep having birthdays, they got to keep sending you a check. It's a beautiful thing. Then you have non-guaranteed income streams. Non-guaranteed is everything else. IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, 457s, and TSPs. Meaning you can have $1 million in that account, but if you spend up that $1 million, it's gone. You see, the question that I want you to ask yourself is, what's my number? What is the monthly amount of income that I need to have coming in retirement? Is my pension sufficient? Is my pension plus Social Security, is that sufficient? Or do I still have a retirement income gap? At Revision Wealth Management, we specialize in retirement planning, and we put an emphasis on income planning. Not for you today, but for the you 20 years from today. Let's simply have a conversation around your income and give you peace of mind to where you never have to return back to work. This is retirement, the revision way. For a lot of the people that we work with, when they retire, we want them to truly stay retired. It's one thing to retire and return back to work because you want to. It's another thing to retire and return back to work because you have to. You see, the people who improperly plan, they end up having to return back to work, and they don't know the rules surrounding how they can return back to work. This all could have been prevented if they had a written retirement plan. Don't retire without a plan. Let's simply have a conversation so we can show you how to retire with dignity. The first pillar of our process, called the revision method, is income. Income is always the principal thing. It's hard to do retirement without the proper income. So the first question that I always ask is, what's your number? What's your number is simply the monthly amount of income that you say you need to have coming in. Normally, we break this down two different ways. There's a baseline number, and then there's what we call a revisionary number. So for example, let's say your baseline number is $7,500 a month. See, with that $7,500 a month, you can survive in retirement. You can pay the bills, do some of the things that you want to do. But then we have a revisionary number. Let's say that's $10,000 a month. You see, with that $10,000 a month, you're not just surviving in retirement, you're truly thriving in retirement. Which side of the fence do you want to be on? You see, for the clients at Revision Wealth Management, we don't want them simply to survive, we want them to thrive. Let's have a conversation surrounding your income planning so you can truly thrive in retirement, because that's retirement, the revision way. As your advisor, there's principles and values that drive us in what we do at Revision Wealth Management. You see, my first job is to protect you. My second job is to get you off the grid of the IRS. My third job is to create the legacy that you always dreamed of. You see, I want to be the person that you can bounce ideas off of, ask your questions to, but get you to think about things that you're maybe not considering. What about the risks that are associated with retirement? Things like inflationary risk, because we know $100 today is not the same $100 10 years from today. What about things like legislative risk? The risk that the government comes in and they make changes and you can't do anything about it. What about things like longevity risk? You see, longevity risk is a multiplier. It multiplies all the other risk. The longer you live, the more likely you are to experience inflationary risk, market risk, sequence of returns risk, so on and so forth. My job as your advisor is to take these risks off the table, which allows you to retire with dignity. See, when it comes to longevity risk, it's a risk multiplier. So my job is to help you get longevity risk off the table. One of the ways that we do this is make sure you have income that's increasing. You see, what I've noticed for a lot of retirees, their expenses are increasing, but their income is staying stagnant. Let us create an income plan for you that addresses the longevity concern and give you increasing income in retirement. This is income planning the revision way. One of the questions that I get all the time is, Marcus, can I afford to retire? And one of the first things that I'm looking at is your retirement income. You see, you have a pension and you're trying to understand, hey, should I retire now and take my pension? Or when should I take my Social Security? The truth of the matter is, when it comes to that Social Security piece, I don't know your expiration date. See, if I knew your expiration date, I can reverse engineer a plan and tell you exactly when to take that Social Security. But what I do know is, how does it fit in your overall income plan? You see, the income plan, it justifies your retirement. Because when we understand what your number is, and we can hit that number and account for the risks that are associated with retirement planning, it gives you peace of mind and understanding and knowing that I always will have retirement income. And as long as you have retirement income, you can stay retired and not have to return back to work. This is retirement the revision way. At Revision Wealth Management, we want you to retire from that job and not your lifestyle. But let's say life happens and we have to return to work. I want you to understand all the things that entails. Do I lose my benefits? Do I get to keep my pension? When I go back, do I even have benefits? These are questions that I want you to find out on the front end. Let's walk through this journey together. You don't have to do it alone. All you have to do is take action. Let's have a simple conversation so you can truly retire with dignity. There's principles and values that drive us in what we do at Revision Wealth Management. And if this resonates with you, great. We're going to have a great conversation. And if it does not, that's okay too. Our conversation may just be shorter than what we both intended. You see, when it comes to principles and values, one of them, I believe that children deserve a financial future. If you have a dependent child, God forbid their parents, grandparents, or their caretaker, something happens to them. But I still believe that they deserve to have a financial future. Do you agree with that? Another principle and value that drives us in what we do is retiring with dignity. You see, I have 4 beautiful daughters, but in no shape, form, or fashion do I ever want them bathing me, cleaning me, wiping me, or none of the above. See, for me, that's not retirement with dignity. Do you agree with that? You see, there's another principle and value that drive us in what we do at Revision Wealth Management, and we want you to retire with dignity. Retiring with dignity simply means, as you get more seasoned, I don't want you to be dependent on your kids, your grandkids, or the government for income. For us, that's not retiring with dignity. The world has complicated retirement planning, And at Revision Wealth Management, we simplified it. If you create a plan of protection around 5 key planning areas, it creates financial peace and allows you to retire with dignity. So don't delay, don't procrastinate. We want you to take action. Give us a call so we can help you retire with dignity.